live. All right, so now I'm going to we're missing some step somewhere, and I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Although it says concurrent viewers 2.
So it's got both of us. You want to hit go live?
Now it's concurrent viewers 1. Wait a minute. Control V. Go there. I just went back. It's still concurrent viewers 1. Are you still looking at it?
Looking at which one? Looking at your link?
Yeah.
Or looking at your Jitsi?
At the YouTube link.
It's everybody. Nobody? Just reference.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do it the ghetto way. Let's see.
Your link?
Aha. Okay, I have the link. I've got the link now. Try this one. I sent it in Mattermost. Ooh, audio is really broken.
I can see you. You hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it works.
Okay. All right, so we're not doing it the fancy way. This is the old ghetto way that I used to do it. So everybody's going to be able to, when they come back and watch this, they'll be able to see all this that we're talking about. So this isn't
Okay.
Whatever.
Okay.
Good morning, Anna.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
And the Tyser.
I'm just gonna after everyone speaks, I have something from readiness, and then just remind people to do a safety briefing this weekend.
You said what about this weekend?
He said, I have something from readiness I'm going to speak on just real quick after everyone else is done. And then just to remind anyone under 26 to have a safety briefing since it's the 4th of July weekend.
Okay. You want me to mention that, or you guys want to mention that?
You can, ma'am. If they're if they're going anywhere.
Okay.
Good old 4392 form.
Who do they turn those into?
Usually the supervisor keeps it. It's if they're going anywhere this weekend.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, and then if I could go right away, that'd be great because I need to go in and test at 9 too, or just shortly after.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. I'll pull up your slides right now and I'll share my screen. This is also a good test, Sheila, to show that, like, person that's running, like, anyone can run their own slides. So they just need to share their screen in Jitsi. Let's just make sure it works before I claim that. So they're sharing screen. Bingo. Everybody see that?
Yes.
Perfect. So once 9 o'clock rolls around here, I'll jump out because I'll jump out of here because I want to mute my mic.
What'd you think?
Once 9 o'clock rolls around, we can just get started. I'll just go ahead and share that slide from now till then. Actually, I can mute my mic just here at the mic itself. So
I'm not
You were breaking up, Sergeant Fitzgerald.
I'm breaking up.
On my end, yeah. Your voice is breaking up.
Yeah, over here too. I think it started once we began the YouTube stuff.
Okay, test. Same?
Hey, good.
Okay. So rolling right into the dot sheet editor so you can roll out. Yeah.
Yes, please. Thank you.
You should be able to see on the YouTube stream if you've got that link up. Just if you open it, make sure you mute that so it doesn't feedback. You should be able to see how many people are currently there down below the video.
Yeah, I do not have it up. I'm just on my phone, so is there a little bit of delay? Just let me know when we're on the next slide.
Yeah, I was talking to Sergeant Fitzgerald.
Oh, yeah, no worries.
All right, well, it's 0900. Please remember to sign in on the little live stream sign-in sheet on the right. And let's give Funa our full attention to go over this. And I hope everybody had a good weekend. So let's get started. Go ahead, Funa. I will jump to the next slide.
Good morning, everybody. So today we're going to talk about how to do a dot sheet. I was requested by Ops to kind of go over this. It's kind of been a lack of knowledge passed on about how to do this. So no big deal. We're going to roll right into it. First of all, how to get there. So when you log into GTIMS on your main page, there's a couple areas to get there, but I'll put in the slide the easiest way. So underneath results, you'll see the dot sheet link right there. Just simply select it and it'll take you to the dot sheet page. Okay, from there, so it'll bring up this window, your dot sheet editor. So in order to actually log it, first thing you'll need to do is navigate to your date accomplished. It's really easy if you just did it because the week will already be highlighted, but if you need to go back in time, you can just change the show week. They're in like week increments, so whatever week you select, it'll be Sunday through Saturday. So just a heads up if it is a little weird for you. Then just simply select your day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever the date it was accomplished, and then select new up in the top left corner. And then it'll bring up this little add dot sheet window. The time doesn't matter, it's just in Zulu. If you really want to put what time it is, you can. But just select add and that'll take you to the next screen. And so there it'll show you the list of your activities. So if you know the ARMS ID, you can search it that way. If not, you can search by the activity name, or you can just select the drop down and try to find it. So things that you can actually log yourself are a lot of the ground training events, such as your CBTs, like anti-hijacking or force protection. You can also log all of your shots will be logged off by you. Things that need to be logged off by other people are such as your clearance, your ISO preps from the Intel shop, your quals are all done by stand eval, and then things that require like hard 1522s from an instructor or an evaluator are like your CPR, food handling, culinary, and your egress refreshers. There's a list in the SARM office. I'll also update the list in this PowerPoint. I just don't have it on this presentation right now, but I will put a list in there. That's all things that you can log yourself to help alleviate both yourself getting pinged by the schedulers and us having to ping you. Helps out everybody. I'm sure everyone loves our text for every single mission if you're having trouble getting them logged by SARM. You can go to the next slide. I'm sorry. So after you do that and select it, it'll highlight on the right, save your activity name, and then the accomplish method will be blank. So you simply just have to change that to academic, and then in the top left corner, you could select save the little floppy disk. After that's done, you are done, and you could ping SARM and let them know, hey, I submitted a dot sheet, please update it. They're pretty good about it. They get a notification whenever a dot sheet is submitted, but if you do happen to make a mistake, you can just simply select the dot sheet you just created, and then the little red X will now be available and you can just delete it. Plain and simple, pretty easy. This presentation is uploaded into the 1AS SharePoint, or not the SharePoint, sorry, the share drive on the Griffin. So if you navigate just the 1AS folder, underneath all the folders, you'll see the PowerPoint labeled dot sheet. And everyone can access it. If it happens to be deleted, just let me know. I have it saved somewhere else as well as a backup. And if I make any updates, I'll just replace that one. Any questions?
There's a little bit of a lag. I just asked in the YouTube channel. So wait a couple seconds.
Yeah, I know it went a little fast, but as far as I know, the PowerPoint should be pretty self-explanatory and should be able to get it done for you. If you find like you're following it and you have any issues or any questions that aren't covered in there, just let me know and I can update it as well. The PowerPoint should be self-sufficient to where you could just bring it up and have zero issues filling it out.
Awesome. Thank you, Sergeant. Good luck with your test.
Thank you.
Cool. So we'll roll right into the remainder of the updates. As Sergeant Hartel said, good morning. Hope you guys had an awesome weekend. We'll run through some quick updates. Hopefully this isn't too long. So first off with the safety video, please make sure that you watch that. If you don't watch that by the second, you will drop dead. So make sure that you make that a priority between today and tomorrow. Folks under 26, if you're going anywhere outside of the local area, make sure that you fill out a 4392 and turn that into your supervisor. Obviously, it's a holiday weekend, so you guys may have some plans to make sure that if you're going out of town. So again, make that a priority if you're under age 26. Speaking of the local area, I wanted to touch on that as well. It's been brought to my attention that some folks that are leaving, like going outside of the 8-hour range or even within our 8-hour range during the week, because a line of duty issue and a mission issue, right? If you guys are tasked to do something during the week, make sure that you are like in your home, readily accessible for the schedulers to contact you for anything required, whether that's a pre-flight, through flight, shop and prep crew, or whatever the case may be. You should not be out of town like during the week unless you're on leave. If you're on leave, be on leave. If not, make sure that you're easily reachable by the schedulers. Yeah, that should not be an issue. Again, that becomes a line of duty issue. Let's say that you're in New York or you're in New Mexico, whatever the case may be, you're out of town. If something happens to you while you're out of town, that could be a huge issue when it comes to compensating your family if something huge was to happen. Again, speaking in regard to the schedulers and things along those lines, it's also been brought to my attention that people have been, having a slight attitude with the schedulers for different things. So please be cognizant that the scheduler is the middleman, right? When these missions drop and they're communicating with CBAM and the SOC officer, they're just man and bodies to mission. So please do not catch an attitude with them. They are trying to just fill up the board, get those, and make training and evaluations a priority. So please don't come at them with an attitude. If you have issues, please contact me directly. Schedulers, let me know those things so we can talk to these people individually. Did you have something to say, Sergeant Hartel? I saw you went on for your face for a minute. No, okay. Another update, egress in Miami for FAs. Egress.
Sheila.
Yes?
Sorry, I do on that scheduler note. Please make sure that you are putting things into GTIMs through the absence requests. I've heard from several schedulers that they're getting a lot of kickback from people who have appointments or other things going on, but there was nothing in GTIMs. It's your responsibility to inform the schedulers if you have something going on. On another note, just because you do, if it's not a military mandated or something that you've already discussed with your supervisor or the commander or whatnot, they can take you or put you on a mission despite that. But it is your responsibility to make sure that those things are in GTIMs.
Thank you. And with those appointments, make sure you clarify, right? I guess people are just saying appointment, and those appointments can be a million different things. A PHA versus someone is coming to your house versus like a dental appointment. All those things are 3 completely different things. So the schedulers, if they get down to the point where they need to say, hey, we might need to cancel one of these. Hey, this person is testing versus this person has altitude chamber versus this person has somebody coming by their house. Maybe we could reschedule that person coming by your house. So it is very important that you clarify within GTIMs as well exactly what those appointments are going to be for. As I was mentioning, egress in Miami, as well as culinary, both of those are going to be on pause. We saw a message on Saturday that the mayor of Miami was going to pause everything and shut the beaches for the weekend, for the 4th of July weekend. So myself and the commander, we had a discussion to say it's probably not best to continue going there. So I appreciate the FAs bringing that to our attention because obviously it did pop up on our radar. And initially on Friday, we said we will continue to press and go because the risk, we didn't think it was great enough. But now that obviously the mayor within that city is saying this is a huge concern, we are taking that seriously. So we're going to look into some other options today to see if we can go to another state that may be a little bit safer to do some one-off training. So stand by for that. Airfield driving, make sure that you complete that as well. That has now become a let's get this done ASAP. The original deadline was 31 July, but now again that's to be completed ASAP for all E6s and below. So if you need your test unlocked, please get with Sergeant Gutierrez and he will knock that out for you. Let me mention the safety video. And then lastly, the only other thing I have is for our Air Force 2 FAVP leads. We will be cycling you guys out. We know that some folks are getting close to burnout, and we do not want that to happen because it is an elite program. And each one of you were hand selected because of how awesome you are. And we want to keep that motivation, keep your energy levels high. So in order to do that, we want to swap you guys out. So within the next few weeks, we're going to be making some changes. Basically, just personnel-wise, we'll swap out half of the folks that are currently in the program, and we'll cycle in 4 new people. Basically, the whole purpose of that is just to avoid burnout. And lastly, with the 4th of July coming up, obviously you guys need to be safe. Like I said, if you're under 26, make sure that you fill out that form, get that to your supervisor. In addition to that, make sure that you're safe. If you're using sparklers or anything like that, if you're in an area where the fireworks are legal, make sure that you're not doing anything crazy with flames, sparklers, and the big old cute bombs that are going off every single night by my house. We can go around the room. Anybody got questions, comments, concerns, or anything to add? I'm going to start with readiness.
Good morning, everyone. Sergeant Fitzgerald touched briefly on it, but just for any flight attendant that's E6 and below, and CSO that's E4 and below, and if you have not done your airfield driving test yet with Sergeant Gutierrez or Sergeant Kokenauer, please reach out to them. I know they've started that process about 6 weeks ago, and we're only about 20% complete. The deadline is the end of July, and that will be here really before we know it. So it starts with the CBT. So again, any FA E6 and below or CSO E4 and below, please reach out to Sergeant Hector Gutierrez. And then side note, just for anyone, you probably haven't, not everyone's probably got on their government email yet. The IG just sent out yesterday morning across the Air Force a survey on racial disparity review. Our chief of staff and mandated this for everyone. So please log on to your government email and read that. It's a really important survey. I know no one really likes filling out surveys, but this is actually an important one. And chief of staff can hear your voice on racial disparities across the Air Force. So that's all. Thank you, ma'am.
Awesome. Training? You guys have anything? Standing out.
Yes. So just a reminder to everyone out there, when you enter into your evaluation window, per the OI, you're required to take your open and closed book testing within the first 3 months. So let's ping on that. There are quite a few people who are already over that 3-month window. Those should, beyond the 3-month window, should be for extreme circumstances. So make sure that you're getting in there. Most everyone who is already within their window, your tests have been assigned and are available for you to take. So check on them. If you are unable to start your test, then give Stan Eval a buzz on Mattermost, and we'll go in there and either open it for you or assign it to you, or fix the problem. So just remember, per the OI, you're required to do your open and closed book testing within the first 3 months of your evaluation window.
Awesome, thank you. Does anybody else have anything that they needed to add to the conversation today for the masses?
Hey, it's the shirt. Good morning, everybody. I just want to let everybody know that I'm planning on putting on a promotion ceremony tomorrow afternoon. There'll probably be around 1,500. Just be on the lookout for the links and everything. We're going to recognize Airman Eustachio and Sergeant Dumas. So tune into that. That'll be great. I also like to mention that since all the states have become green, we're doing a lot less ETPs, but there are some ETPs that we're still doing, and those are being more scrutinized than before. We've got new group leadership, we've got new wing leadership, and then the ETPs that we were submitting, under the old regime they're not going through like they were. So continue to talk to your supervision and your leadership about ETPs and myself, and to see if it's something we can submit. But you gotta have something compelling. You gotta have something that pulls at that heartstring. You gotta have something going on to help drive that ETP. So I just want to put that out there, and also make sure that you're keeping an eye out, and we'll make sure that we're doing it at our end when states are changing statuses. So I don't know if you guys have been hearing, but Arizona, Texas, California, they're still having issues, and I think it's the cases as being reported are getting worse. So those states are probably currently not not green, but other states can change statuses at any time. So keep an eye out on that, and we'll make sure that we also put that out as soon as we find out. I think other than that, that's all I had for right now. I echo what everybody else is saying, especially Sergeant Fitzgerald, about having a safe weekend. I know a lot of people want to get out and travel and break out and have fun, but at the end of the day, we have a mission to do. You got to stay ready, and you got to be safe. So continue to take care of each other and be safe. That's all I have.
Okay. One more thing that I had was that this week is Sergeant Hartel's last week with us. He's actually going to be starting a job over at the IG. He's going to take a few days off, and then after that, he's going to pick back up by leaving us. We're so sad. So if you have anything that you've been sending to him, please make sure that I'm CC'd, or I'm like the new person that's on those messages, so that your stuff does not get lost in the sauce. Yeah, Sergeant Hartel, you got some words for us. We're going to miss you so much. Thank you so much for everything. You're muted.
As he should be.
Okay, there. That should be fixed. Yeah? You can hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. I'm leaving to a new job. I won't be around in the building. I'll be over there hacking that job. But I'm not leaving the base. I'm still on the base. I'm still around. And even if I PCS or whatever in the future and I leave and I go somewhere crazy, I'm still in the Air Force. So if you need anything, if anybody needs to reach out to me, if anybody needs to talk, I'm still alive and I'm still around. Also, this new job allows me, when my medical situation gets figured out, to come and fly still. So I'm hoping that gets figured out soon, and you guys can see me on the jet, and I'll be able to come back and say hi and see everybody. So thanks so much for supporting me while I was in the seat, keeping it warm, yeah, it's been a heck of a ride since March, and I'm excited for the new job. So thank you for everything that everybody's done for me.
We're gonna miss you.
It's only a 2-year gig, so I'll be back before you know it.
All right. Does anybody else have anything else that they want to add?
The only thing else, I guess, is just a question we may have to look into, because I know we have some members that are wanting to take leave to Europe this summer. I read over the weekend that starting on 1 July that the EU will not be allowing Americans personal travel into the EU. So I don't know if that's confirmed. But they're going to, just like how the governors were, they're going to relook and see what that's going to look like every 2 weeks. And that's based on our COVID rates, across the board, that our numbers are not decreasing, where a lot of parts of the world they are. So I read that on 1 July. I don't know if anyone else has heard that, but just to bring up that discussion.
Okay. We can look into it and figure out exactly what's what.
Yeah, the only thing I would say about that, sure here, is that the foreign clearance guide is going to be our most clear and most clear guidance on that, because that is the guidance that dictates official travel and leave travel to that air location. So if you're trying to travel or looking to travel to somewhere in Europe, then the foreign clearance guide is your first place to stop. You probably want to call the embassies too, because they're going to have the most current information. But outside of the foreign clearance guide, I haven't, and the news, which I don't take as official. I haven't really seen anything about that.
The only thing left is if anybody has questions or anything. I'm seeing a really big delay between Jitsi and YouTube this morning. It's between 20 and 30 seconds. So if anybody does have any questions, we'll give it a little bit of time for you to throw it in the live chat. And also, don't forget, if you haven't signed in on the live chat, please do that so we can see how many folks we're reaching.
I don't see any questions at the moment.
Sorry. All right, you guys, be safe. Have a wonderful week and a wonderful weekend if I don't end up seeing you. And thank you for everything. Bye. Ryan said hello too.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Okay.
Someone does have a question. It says, what happens if we're on leave and a state goes red?
Like midway through leave. Can you answer that, Shirt?
I mean, I can. I think what'll probably end up happening is either two things. You'll either be recalled by the commander, or you would just finish out your leave, depending on how much time you have. It'll really depend. But I think at the least you could be recalled by the commander, or you could be allowed to finish out your leave and just return upon completion.
Thank you. That makes perfect sense. Any other questions? No? Okay.
Yes, wait. I was muted. So the 4392, the question was, do they fill out the 4392 just to give to their flight chiefs or to the safety office? And to that, I would say it should be kept by either your supervisor or your flight chief.
Can you speak to Anna? Is it solely for between their offices, or does the safety office need to have a copy of it as well?
Nope. So I used to do this all the time, these 4392s. Yeah, so they're only required for 26 and under, and it's kept by the supervisor. And if, the member comes back safe, then, they just keep it on the records or shred it. But then if there is, say, like a safety incident while the member's on leave, then it can be up-channeled to the safety office.
All right, and if anyone has further questions, you can throw them to us on Mattermost, and if it's something the masses need to hear, we can get that out to everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Have a great week, and we'll hear from you soon.